What's up? What's up? What's up? We back. We back. All right. So today, I just want to talk a little bit about how to set up your retirement accounts as an entrepreneur. Because I know that we talk a lot about making money. We talk a lot about mindset. We talk a lot about, um, entrepreneurship and these sorts of things. So I want to just switch it up a little bit because as entrepreneurs, it's one thing for you to have the business, for you to go out there and be focused and do what you love, follow your passions, make money doing it, right? Having the right mindset, being focused, developing yourself as a leader, developing yourself as an entrepreneur, getting your sales up, things like that. But then there's a lot of us that when you're a solopreneur or you're an entrepreneur, you're pretty much on your own, and I know a lot of people, maybe you're just learning about the internet and um, you're a digital entrepreneur or something like that. A lot of our families, a lot of people that you grew up with, maybe never had to have a business, or you don't get a 1099. A lot of people are just on a W-2 and the retirement is already taken care of. Retirement's either, let me throw it in the stocks, or a company is going to do it for you, 401k, etc. So there's not a lot of thinking. But as an entrepreneur, you got to go out and you got to do everything on your own. You got to learn everything on your own. You got to learn about your taxes on your own. You need to learn about how to set up your retirement on your own. You need to learn about how to do your business on your own, all these things. So today I want to take the time to talk about how to set up your retirement account as an entrepreneur, as a 1099 taxed person. So there's a couple ways to do it, and this is just going to be very the basics of it. And before I get into it, I want to make the disclaimer that I am not a tax accountant. I am not a CPA. I am not a financial advisor. I am not any of these things. So this is all just for educational purposes, or this is all for entertainment or whatever. These are just some of the things that I learned through the process of my journey as an entrepreneur, and I'm just sharing it with you guys. And if it can help, it can help. But before you go out and set up any of these programs or set up any of the things that I talk about, there are details that you may fall into that I'm not going to cover here. So make sure that you do talk to your accountant. Make sure that you do talk to your CPA. And definitely, if we're talking about taxes, we're talking about retirement, part of being an entrepreneur is making sure that you have the right team in place. That I spoke about that in one of my videos before, and this isn't the one that we're going to talk about it. But let's just stick on the topic of retirement accounts, okay? So I know for a lot of the audience, if you're younger, it's kind of like, man, I don't want to think about retirement. Shit, I'm 25, I'm 30 years old, I'm 27 years old, I'm 35 years old. Retirement is like way down the road. That's for old fogies, that's for the old folk, that's for people that are 60, 65, 70 years old. Now, if you are that person that is 55, 60, 70 years old that's on here watching this thing, and you're just starting off your entrepreneurial spirit, and you're learning about, you're getting into sales, you're doing real estate, insurance, or whatever it may be, you're starting your own business, then you can use some of these strategies in order for you to be able to continue to set up your retirement. And of course, we don't have a lot of time, especially if you're, 50, 60 years old, etc. But at least you can do some catch up in some of these things. So I'm going to try my best to touch on it, but keep it really basic, because I know in the beginning, a lot of people when we're talking about these financial things, it's very complicated, it's very complex, it's very confusing. It's like everybody's using all these big words, everybody's trying to confuse you and shit. So to me, I just want to dummy it down and make it simple so you can understand the basics. Once you understand the basics of what you need to do, then you can dig in more. You know, this isn't the one video that will teach you everything, but at least you got the basics. Do your homework, do your research, get online, study it, Google it, YouTube it, etc., and then get your professional teams to make it specific for you. So in the end, you can win, which is what your whole entire plan was anyways when you're looking to start your business. Okay, so if you're an entrepreneur and you're getting a 1099, if you're in any type of 1099 situation, LLC or whatever it may be, then you need to set up your own retirement program, because if you don't have a company that's sponsoring a 401k program, which you basically can just put your money into the account right out of your check, and it's pre-tax money, means that it goes in before the government taxes it, and some of the companies will even match that. You know, there'll be a certain amount that if you put in, they'll match it. So if you have that going on, definitely I would definitely make sure that you take advantage of that. That's actually just free money from your company. But majority of the people that's on here, I believe, don't have that situation. You don't have a 401k program. But if you don't have a 401k program, I think that there's a lot of other ways that you can do it, and I think it's better than a 401k, okay? So I'm talking about 1099, starting off a Roth IRA, okay? There's Roth IRAs, there's traditional IRAs, there's SEP IRAs. I'm not gonna go into all the different types of IRAs, but to keep it simple, we'll just talk about a Roth IRA here today, and then I'll touch base also on a SEP IRA so that you can understand the difference and pick and choose which one, or maybe both, that can benefit you the most. The Roth, though, I want to start with that one because this is for the people that are starting off their business. You're not making too much money yet. Now, if you're in the bigger income areas, and because there is a limit, if you make too much money, if your taxes, your net taxes, what you're taking home is over a certain amount, then you're not going to be able to contribute into your Roth IRA. So it's really good in the beginning when you're starting off in your sales career or you're starting off in your business to start up your Roth IRA so you can do your contributions, okay? So basically, this you can set up at any institution. I always say TD Ameritrade, and it's not because TD Ameritrade sponsors this or anything like that. But if someone's at TD Ameritrade and they want to sponsor this video, then sure, we're open to talking about that. But I just use TD Ameritrade because I actually use TD Bank. So it's easy to use, it's simple, and you can set it up, it's free. So the first thing is that it's free to set up a Roth IRA. You can just go to tdameritrade.com, or you can go to Charles Schwab, or you can go to any of these financial institutions, Merrill Lynch, etc., and you can set it up for free. It doesn't cost you anything, okay? It is post-tax money. So what does that mean? It means that the money that you make, you're gonna get taxed on it first, right? You're gonna get taxed on it, and then whatever money goes in there, that's where you can buy stocks and you can buy your ETFs, etc., and it will grow inside that Roth IRA tax free. So that's the beauty of it. The beauty is that once you put it in, everything that grows from there, it can grow tax free. So all the years, usually when you purchase a stock or you invest into a mutual fund, every year as you're making money, eventually you're going to have to claim that capital gain at some point. I know if you don't sell it, you know, there really is no profit, but at some point you're going to sell it and realize a profit, or maybe you sell it and you lose. But in the Roth IRA, once you pay the taxes on the money, that's called post-tax, it goes in, you put it into your Roth. Whatever you buy, let's say you buy Tesla stock and you buy it at, right now it's probably $600 or something like that. I don't know exactly what it is at the recording here, maybe 640 or something like that. And Tesla goes to the moon and it's like a $3,000 stock. You're not paying any taxes on any of those gains, which is, once you start learning about money, you're going to start learning that taxes is going to take a lot of the money. So it's pretty exciting. Now, you can only put in up to $6,000 a year, okay? $6,000 a year. So if you do the math, if you do a weekly, like the way I do it is I just do it weekly, okay? Keep it simple. You could do it whatever. You could put in 6,000 at the beginning of the year if you have it, or you could do it monthly. Maybe you just do 500 every single month. I just do it every single week, and it just automatically pulls, and it's like I think it's $107. Maybe it's $108 or something like that. I forget the amount. It just comes right out. And if you're putting $108 away into your Roth IRA every week, it sounds like a little, right? It sounds like nothing. But if you compound that growing in a dividend account and you keep reinvesting that all the way into your retirement, right? Let's call it 65, and you're in your 20s right now, you're guaranteed to have over $1 million, right? The younger you are, the faster you start, then the more you're going to be able to have through compounding dividends, through compounding interest, etc. I'm not trying to tell you what you should or shouldn't do. I'm just talking about the Roth IRA. You can buy anything in there. Well, not anything, but you can buy stocks and equities, etc. There is a way, though, that you can get a custodial account, which we're not going to talk about today, and then you can then purchase all kinds of stuff in that account: real estate, crypto, businesses, restaurants, whatever, like IP, you name it, NFTs, it doesn't matter. So that's a different topic. We'll do a video on that one day. But again, the basic Roth IRA, post-tax money, $6,000 a year is your limit. If you go over 6,000, then you are going to need to take it out, or you're going to pay a little bit of penalty or whatever. But you basically just map it out to get to your 6K, whether that's 100, whatever dollar. Now, if you're starting right now and it's May now, then it's not going to be $108 anymore. Maybe it's 120, maybe it's 140, or whatever it may be. You can do the math, or you can put it all into all at once, okay? So once you do that, the beauty of it is that you can still take out your contribution. So if you ever have an emergency, like you need to do something for your house, or you get sick, or somebody in your family gets sick or something like that, a hospital bill or car transmission goes, or you whatever, just emergency, I'm not talking about spending, you can take out your total amount of contribution, okay? So this is a retirement account. So all the money that goes in there, you got to keep it in till 59 and a half years old. 59 and a half is where you can start taking the money out. Penalty-free, tax-free. So whatever you made from now all the way up to 59 and a half, then all that's tax-free. I mean, for those of you guys who know what I'm talking about, it's pretty cool. The downside is that it's only $6,000 a year. So 666, and you might as well just try to max it out. I think everybody's going to be able to do that. So But if you do have an emergency, you can't take out the profit. You can't take out any growth that you had in any of these stocks, but you can take out your original 6K a year, or let's say you've been doing it for 5 years, you can take out your 30 grand without penalty. Now, if you do need to take it out, then there is going to be a 10% penalty for taking it out early before 59 and a half. And whatever the gains are on that, let's say you gain $2,000 or $5,000 in that time frame, you are going to pay taxes on your gains. So the idea here is to set it up, put your money in, forget about it. It's your retirement account. It's your safety net. You are going to need it later on when you get older. For all my young folk that says that you don't need it, you're definitely going to need it. But these are the things that you can do. So you still can take it out, your contribution, without any penalties or anything like that, okay? Now, for those of you who right now are still at your job maybe, and you do have a 401k, you can have a 401k and you can have a Roth IRA. So as long as your 401k is through your company, but how do you get a Roth IRA is, as long as you're getting some income that's outside of your job, like if you're selling something online on Etsy, or if you're making money through some type of business, selling goods or a clothing line, whatever, bikinis, it doesn't matter. If you're a makeup artist, right? You can get this Roth IRA and you can do your 401k, all right? So that's another cool thing, but you have to have some type of income that is not from your job. It's not from dividends, it's not from stock profit, as long as it's from a business. Now, for the ones that want to go a little bit more, if you're a little further in your business career and you're a little bit further in your business, and now you're showing on your taxes, on your 1040, which is the tax form, if you're showing a couple $100,000, or you're showing $190,000, 200, quarter million, 300, and obviously that's the goal. The goal is not to keep your income low so that you can get into these tax deferred programs. The goal of business is to make a lot of money. Sure, you're going to pay some taxes, but you make more, you pay some, you're still going to be in good shape. But for people that your business is starting to roll and it's starting to go, then set up an LLC if you haven't yet. If you already set up an LLC, then you should set up a SEP IRA, okay? A SEP IRA. So the SEP IRA, it allows you now in 2021, it allows you to put 25% of your income into the SEP, or up to $58,000. It used to be 57. They bumped it up to 58 this year in 2021. So now, instead of $6,000, you now can put in $58,000. Imagine pumping $58,000 into a retirement account a year and letting that grow until your retirement, right? So, and you can have a 401k and you can have a SEP IRA, but as long as you stay within your contribution limits, okay? You do need to have an LLC for that. So the beginners, if you're a beginner in business right now, then get the Roth. If your business is rolling and you're making and you're netting big profits, I'm talking like close to 200K, quarter million plus, $500,000, $1 million people. If you haven't done it yet, definitely set up your SEP IRA, and that way now you can put away $58,000 and really get the tax deferred on that, okay? Now today it wasn't a lot of motivation, it's not a lot of hype. Maybe you're not excited to go out there and kill the day, get the body bags or anything like that, but I wanted to do this because I wanted to make sure that as we're growing as entrepreneurs, we're educated too. You know, we're not just going out there and you're making money, you have no idea what you're doing, and then by the time you go figure it out, you lost a lot of time, you lost a lot of money. So hope this has helped you guys out. If it is, if it does, like it, share it, and we'll be posting more videos like this to help entrepreneurs in your journey, your mindset, your attitude, your focus, your schedule, your organization, and also your money, how to plan it right. All right, guys, I'll see you guys later. We out. Let's go crush the day. Go get it, guys. I'll talk to you guys later. Appreciate you guys.